Welcome to the Beat Retreat.
Thank you.
Outstanding. Dave, so tell us a little bit, give us an update on programmatic video and kind of where it's come from, in a sense, through some of the pioneering work that you guys did at 24/7 back in the days, how that technology has sort of led to Xaxis and the state of programmatic video, both on the sell side, the kinds of videos that are in this world now, and the advertisers. Give us sort of a little bit of a snapshot, if you will, of the growth of this industry.
Sure. It's important to note that in 2014, over 50% of Xaxis's business was in video. So video continues to be the fastest growing part of the internet, and we've been in a position to take good advantage of that. Programmatic many times is a misunderstood term, and another word for programmatic is automation. And essentially, the first part of programmatic automation really was real-time bidding. And real-time bidding has been a good start to the medium, but what has occurred now is the advent of private marketplaces. And private marketplaces are going to be where we don't do most of our business in 2015. It gives us the opportunity to do deals directly with publishers that allow them to sell us audiences at a price that is good for both of us. And at the same time, it gives us leverage in terms of our clout of spending and selling that delivers a good net value for both the publishers and ourselves. Why is RTB not going to be as strong for us in 2015? Well, a couple reasons. One, we don't really get any additional clout. We're competing against anybody with a credit card for a cookie, and we don't like to be in that position. Secondly, when you look at some of the issues that exist in terms of viewability and ad fraud, which the industry is making great progress on, RTB tends to be the place where a lot of that occurs. And to the extent that we can limit our usage of that type of inventory, we're going to do it because it's better for our customers and better for us as well as the industry.
A lot of talk about transparency. We talked about this in Germany a few months ago about the whole issue of transparency and openness in the exchanges. You guys, I guess, take a different approach where you actually lock in on the sell side with publishers. And tell us sort of a little bit more, in a way, the approach of Xaxis to being outside of an open marketplace to this kind of closed scenario.
A good way to look at Xaxis is to compare us to a manufacturer of clothes that ultimately gets sold in a retail store. So with Xaxis, we take forward positions in inventory. We invest heavily into technology that allows us to target and utilize data in a very unique manner. And we package that up with our technology, data, the inventory into one package that can be sold at retail. And similar to retail, when you go out and buy a tie, you're not figuring out what the cost was of the material or the tailors and shipping costs and et cetera, et cetera. And same with us. This is our price. We are very competitive when we get compared against any other media company on the media plan, and that price is transparent in terms of its performance, but not all the individual components. And as you know, many in the industry are now starting to imitate and deliver products that attempt to compete with ours on that basis.
And Dave, let me just ask a little bit more about technology. You guys made a big investment in AppNexus. There's been that whole development. Tell us a little bit on the technology side, where Xaxis is in terms of its technology or its role potentially with other partners in the ad tech ecosystem.
Our strategy for technology is pretty simple. And that is to concentrate our engineers and developers on those aspects of the technology stack that can deliver competitive advantage to us. And right now where that exists is primarily data with a product called Turbine, which we launched last year. There's no other product like it in the industry. We think it gives us the ability to target as well, if not better, than most of the players in the industry. And then partner on those parts of the stack that don't necessarily give competitive advantage. However, they're a necessary part of the advertising infrastructure. So many people have asked us about our partnership with AppNexus, as well as the transfer of Open AdStream, our ad serving technology, into their company in exchange for a larger ownership stake in the organization overall. When you look at ad serving for us, it was competitive advantage for us in the beginning, but over time it became part of the advertising infrastructure. Capital intensive and not key to developing competitive advantage. So we decided to redeploy dollars that we would spend on developing Open AdStream into data projects like Turbine, which we've talked about before. For AppNexus, when they look at their technology stack and who they compete against, ad serving was a critical component that they lacked. And having Open AdStream as part of their stack today gives them everything everybody else has and then some, because they've got a great partnership with us.